capital August 22nd, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. Hold on. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. Let me write this down right fast. Let me see. I forgot to write down. What was the last thing I seen? I know Cody and Ava had kids. Christina was thinking about what happened to her. Yeah, I forgot to write that part down. Christina was thinking about what happened to her. Okay, y'all, look here. I said, Elizabeth, you been hanging with Rick too long, ain't it? Hey, Amy, how you doing today? Christina was thinking about what happened to her. Looks like her and Rick gonna get into a confrontation on Monday's episode. That Pascal dude got Jocelyn. But the good news is she saw Jason, but I don't know if Jason saw her. I don't think he saw her because I feel like he would have went looking for her if he saw her. I don't know. Let me know down below. But okay, so in today's episode, I'm going to give a quick summary, then we're going to dive into the review. Elizabeth basically blackmailing Christina because Willow wanted Christina to testify on her behalf because Rick told her that, you know, she need a family member to testify. And she was telling her no or whatever. And she definitely upset her when she mentioned that she was almost a mother. And that's what set her off. Now she's thinking about the same thing over and over again. Britt ends up seeing Jason with that Greta lady. I think that was the courier. Yeah, that was the courier. Pascal ends up, you know, catching... Hold on, wait. Pascal catch Britt looking at them. And he said he put that lady up to it. So they suspicious of Jason already. I thought it was Britt that saw Jason. Maybe it was Jocelyn. I don't know. First it was Britt. Then later, Jocelyn went to go look for Britt. And then she seen Jason and she hurried up and hid. Unless I seen it wrong. I don't know. I feel like she did. I know she know that courier lady, but I'm assuming she did because she hurried up and jumped back. That's when she went back to the room looking for Vaughn. Look like they got Vaughn. I said, Vaughn, you slipping now. You slipping. You supposed to be trained. And then Brandon still ain't pulled them out. But that's because he don't know. He don't know everything that's happening. I think the last text message they showed was Vaughn and him talking, and he wanted an update. And Carla was mentioning, you know, she don't know what she'll do if she loses another child or whatever. He looking all guilty and stuff. But yeah, where I stop it? Let me see. Pascal having Jason watch. Josh sees Jason. Cody and Ava end up kissing. I don't know if they slept together. I just know Molly walked in on them. And he's supposed to say on Monday's episode, he only doing this because of Christina. I said, snitch, you trying to take her there with you? I said, I'm trying to take her there with you. But I'm assuming that they would have put two and two together either way it go because on Monday's episode, also Rick and Christina supposed to be arguing. It looked like also Alexis is being served with a restraining order. I was trying to figure out who they could be. Do y'all think it's Drew? But yeah, she getting served with a restraining order or whatever. What else? Let me see. Molly confessed her feelings for Cody to Michael. Brandon helps Carly with her garbage disposal. Rick wants to take Elizabeth out, per usual. Willow tells Nina to stay away, but calls Drew at the end of the episode to ask for help. Laura checks on Lulu because of the, you know, Maxie being sick and stuff like that. Nina wants Rick to tell Willow to stay away from Drew. And he said something. What did he say? He was like, so you want me to lie or whatever? Because she wanted him to say, you know, she can't get her kids back if she continues to be around you. But I thought that was obvious. But he was like, there's no reason for them to say that now. I'm assuming because, you know, her and Michael divorced. I don't know, y'all. What else? Carly reveals to Brendan that she's worried about Jocelyn. And at the end of the episode, that Pascal dude, or whatever his name is, he had a weapon on Jocelyn. Jason, I think Rick showed up to his room. And I said, she better tell him that these folks is watching him. She better tell him or whatever. I said, I like her hair like that. Look, I'm hoping they get together, but they ain't got time to get together because he need to go save Jocelyn. But he don't even know she there. But yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, from the beginning, Britt ends up seeing Jason at the beginning of the episode. He met up with that lady Greta, the courier or whatever, and he was just talking to her, but he going by John. He told her that his name was John. What else? Vaughn thinks that it's too late. He wants to leave. He wants to alert Brendan of everything, but y'all still over here want to find Britt or whatever. You in danger. What's wrong with you? Get out of there while you can, girl. Get out of there. Then you and Vaughn, he keep getting caught. I'm assuming based on what Pascal said, that Vaughn has been caught. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Elizabeth was me off. I'm like, girl, shit. Right, exactly. Then after she done gave her this speech and basically blackmail, I said, how you gonna try to blackmail her but say it's not blackmail? It's definitely blackmail. But yeah, she walked up on Willow on the phone or whatever, talking to Drew, talking about so she need his help. I said, how you gonna tell your mama? Now they both the same. They both the same. You done told your mama to stay away from you, but you over here telling Drew you need his help. Man, at this point, she ain't gonna never see her kids. Elizabeth knows Willow's not in a good headspace. They keep acting like she not. Her and Chase. Elizabeth knows Willow's not a good headspace to be taking care of those children, and when it comes to Willow with Stalker Daisy, it's over. Exactly. What else? Let's see. I already said Vaughn thinks it's too late. He was trying to leave and update Brendan. She talking about she about to go find Britt or whatever. That's when she went out there. She had on that white outfit. And it looked like she seen Jason because she hurry up, jump back. That's when she headed towards the room or whatever. And that's when Pascal made the little sound when you had a little weapon or whatever. I said, you done got caught. Should have told Brendan. I don't even know if they got a chance to tell Brendan or not. But yeah, let's see. Molly wants to know about Molly's feelings. Rick wanted to go to dinner with Elizabeth, but they ended up seeing Willow with Nina and wanted to see her reaction. Cody tells Ava that he had, other intentions when he came to bring her sunglasses. And she was talking about something she had other intentions too. She said the only reason why she been staying with Rick is because she wanted to make Alexis and Christina mad. Then she went on and on about Molly and stuff like that. And he was like, he don't think Molly's anything like that. But this fool still went in there. I don't know if they slept together or not, but we'll see. Let's see. Brendan ends up stopping by to help Carla with her garbage disposal. Willow wants Nina to stay away. Laura ends up asking Lulu how she's doing with, Maxie being in the hospital. Ava said the only reason to stay with Rick is to drive Alexis and her daughter insane. Michael asked Molly what she's going to do about her feelings for Cody, and she done went there at the end of the episode looking for him and walked in on him and Ava. And he's supposed to be telling her once again on Monday's episode that he's only doing that because of Christina. And I was like, well, look like the truth about what she did is about to come out. What else? Let's see. Vaughn said they should have alerted Brendan or whatever, but they did show him texting him, but I don't know if he got a chance to actually tell everything. I don't know if he captured, but based on what Pascal said, I'm assuming he was captured, unless he was just telling her that. What else? Let's see. Nina tells Rick to tell Willow she can't speak to Drew again, and he was like, so you want me to lie? And she's like, yeah, that's what you're paying for. And she was like, it's not going to be hard for you to do. I said, exactly. You lying like you're doing it for the pro bono. You lying like you're doing it for pro bono. I don't think I said that right, but yeah. Ava tells Cody that Molly just as bad as Alexis and Christina, if not worse. Josh ends up revealing to Vaughn that she wants to find Britt, and that's when she took off to look for Britt or whatever. Pascal asked Britt what she's doing. That's when she was like, what is her courier doing there with that man? And he was like, he kind of suspicious of him. He wondering what he doing there and stuff like that. So her job is to find out. So basically they watching Jason. So if they see Jason or they suspicious of him, don't that mean they gonna know that him and Britt connected or something? I don't know, I could be wrong, but we'll see. Carly tells Brendan about Maxie and just was telling her background about the heart and everything. And she started talking about her kids and how she almost like lost Michael and how she grateful to Brendan and stuff like that. And she seen Donna. She had Donna. She hugged Donna. She talked to Michael and stuff like that. Now she just wants to wrap her arms around Jocelyn. And he just standing up there looking all guilty, but not guilty enough to tell the truth. Now, when she picked up his phone, because he got an alert or something, I think that was Vaughn texting him. I was like, I was hoping that something on that message was going to snitch on him. That was going to tell. Nothing. Nothing yet. But yeah, let's see. Lulu doesn't want Maxie to be in the coma like she was. So Laura was just, comforting her and letting her know everything's going to be okay. Felicia's right there with her. Did they show Felicia on Monday's episode? I don't know if they showed Felicia on Monday's episode or not. Rick said that Willow needs a family member to testify, and that's why she wanted to talk to Christina. I was like, look, I said, why would you expect her to testify? Come on now. Now, I won't say that because she crazy about her brother. She is. Because I was like, what made her think that this was the person? She was like, she can't think of nobody else. How Christina was just so nice to her during everything. She was like, I was just faking. I was just pretending. You wouldn't let nobody see him, or you was, in control of his medical stuff or whatever, so that's why she was nice. She was like, you was faking. I said, you gonna make her go crazier than she already is. I said, she started. She was like, you was faking it or whatever. And I said, she about to lose it even more, y'all. So she was like, you was almost a mother. I expect you to understand. She was like, I'm always be a mother. And she started, that's what made her start thinking about what happened. She started thinking about when Ava allegedly pushed her out the window and everything. And just the whole little situation, how she cut the little wires or whatever. Then at the end of the episode with her scene, Rick showed up. And once again on Monday's episode, he's supposed to be telling her how she need to be in jail or whatever. So I was like, look like he know. Look like he knows. So they're going to put 2 and 2 together. They're going to put 2 and 2 together. Let's see, what else? I already said Willow wanted Christina to testify, said she was almost a mother, and she took offense to that. Looks like Josh seen Jason. Cody tells Ava she can move on to something better. That's when they started kissing and stuff. Then they went over there, I don't know if there was the closet or what, or the supply room somewhere. Molly done walked in on them. That's dog. Christina. Elizabeth reminds, she heard Christina tell her that she wasn't going to testify, and Willow had ran off because she got mad. So she called her. She was like, let me talk to you. I said, I know what this about. So she was like, why you want to testify and all this stuff? And she was like, you can't expect me to testify against my brother. She was like, I don't see it that way. I see it as, Willow she's desperate to see her kids and stuff. Now, in the other circumstance, I'd be like, yeah, of course. But look at everything this girl done did. Then you just walked up on her on the phone with Drew again. That's the half of the reason why you in the situation you in, and you still won't stay away just because he showed up with one doggone bruise and mentioned that you wasn't going to see your kids. That's all it took. But yeah, she told her that. Then she was like, I expect you will understand considering you also did this and that or whatever. I said she blackmailing her. She indirectly blackmailing her. Then like, what did she say? Don't think of it as blackmail. It's definitely blackmail. You definitely blackmailing this girl. And I said, don't do it, Christina. Just turn yourself in at this point. Just turn yourself in. Don't do it. But yeah, she reminds her that she showed her grace or whatever after she did what she did and stuff like that. See, I told y'all, don't never let nobody hold nothing over your head because they never stop. Now, this is her first time saying anything. I was not expecting this to come from Elizabeth. I definitely wasn't. But yeah, she wanted her to testify and help her. I said, they be running around and wondering. that didn't make sense. They be wandering around speaking on Willow's behalf and she still be doing stupid stuff. It'll be different if she actually trying to, show this and that she changed and getting the help, going to therapy or whatever she need to go to. The crazy house, one of them. But she's still making the same decisions. They also was talking about the Lucas situation, the fact that he hasn't went to HR or whatever. So I'm wondering if he's going to end up going to HR or whatever. Let's see. I stopped at the part where I said Christina was thinking about, when she fell out the window and stuff. I think the end of the scene, Britt showing up where Jason was. I wonder what she gonna say to him. I think that was the end of the scene. They got Jocelyn, y'all. Now, do they got Vaughn is the question. Now, he implied that they got Vaughn, but that don't mean that they got Vaughn. But yeah, he knew who Vaughn was. He know who she is. And I was like, yep, you should have let Jason know something. You should have been told somebody. I know Jason can keep a secret. You should have told somebody. I don't know if Brendan know. But I'm assuming he gonna send some people in now that, Carla been studying saying she's worried about Jocelyn and stuff. But yeah, that's it. That's all that happened, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.